Yeah, but you play 4.
Concur. Because you want to cycle them through with your Jaces. But I'm saying, in general, at any given moment you'll have 3 Squadron Hawks in your view.
Or 0.
What are you talking about?
Or you won't have any.
I guess if it's not legal in the format or something.
I mean, how many Squadron Hawks do you see right now?
Is Squadron Hawk a legal card in this format?
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Why don't we play? Why isn't there a Squadron Hawk deck?
Because there's not a Jace the Mind Sculptor deck.
Do you think those cards go if Jace becomes legal? Do you
No, because you have fetches and a million other ways to shuffle.
Sure.
You don't need no Squadron Hawks.
I think you don't need any Squadron Hawks.
No, I think you're wrong. Alright, so we've got Justin Gebing on Blue Moon versus Andy Jones on Grixis Thing in the Ice. Which is my second favorite blank in the blank behind Cat in the Hat.
I haven't considered my blank in the blanks.
Well, I gave you a pretty good head start. I'm gonna need Jake. Tell that kid to shut up.
No, don't do that. Be nice. Be nice to the guy who's on camera for the first time. All right, here's a land. I think he's going all the way down to 17. He has. Yep. And this is just a tragedy. He's waltzing right into Justin's plan.
In what world is he waltzing?
I mean, he just took 3. You're waltzing at that point.
Yeah, you need to set up your deck. So I think Justin Gebing's on Through the Breach and not Blue Moon. Considering he just drew Through the Breach.
Drew Through the Breach. Oh, he's on the sweet one too with Cathartic Reunion.
Is that sweet?
It's the Gristlebrand Goryo's Vengeance.
Oh.
Through the Breach.
So he on the draw and then pass to pitch a Grizzlebrand. This is probably not correct, but you know.
This is fine. Here's Jace.
Vryn's Prodigy. This is a solid one.
There you go.
Does he have a Vengeance in hand even?
I don't know.
See one, but he's flipping awfully fast.
He's got a Cathartic Reunion. He's got to be careful with this. Emrakul. The Aeon's Torn. It'll shuffle the deck.
You do need to be careful with the Emrakul. Andy down to 14. No fear.
Well, man, this is a treat. I thought we were getting a Blue Moon deck, but if we're gonna vengeance people out, I'm into it.
Are you?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
I think this deck is super cool.
I think you're super cool.
Oh, well, thanks.
What I don't think is super cool is the lack of quality nicknames that we had in the chat. I didn't actually get to see them, but Jake told me there weren't any good ones, so.
I don't think Jake described it as not any good ones. I think he gave them to you, and you realized that they were just things we've repeated. They were just repeats of things we've said. I'm sorry.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I didn't word my sentence correctly.
That may have happened.
You just didn't like any of them.
Well, he only gave me like 1, right?
Like 3.
Alright, well, I'm picky, okay?
You are a hard man to please.
I like being picky.
God bless whatever woman decides.
I likes what I likes.
Whatever woman decides to. Oh goodness, if Forbidden Orchard's in play.
Forbidden Orchard, perfect for the Oath of Druids that we're gonna see here eventually.
Man, that deck.
So this card is very interesting.
Oh, the token that it generates too, if you have them, is real nice. Alright.
Ominously, so, Justin Gebing confirms that yes, and in turn, this will be exiled.
Alright, Justin Gebing's going to draw 14 cards. Now, I believe there's a pitch card that lets him have 2 combats. Okay. Alright, so Fury of the Horde, it gives him another combat after that combat, right?
Right. So he gets to attack for 14.
He makes out 2 red cards instead of untap all creatures. After this main phase, there's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. I might play that card just so I can say the phrase main phase 3.
Sure. I usually use post-combat main phase. So maybe like post-combat main phase 2?
Is that, or you could say like post-combat, which might be like post-postmodernism if we're...
Is that a thing?
I believe postmodernism is.
Really?
Yeah, I want to say that like postmodern. I don't know.
You don't. You just don't.
Google does though. Here we go. All right. So if you are this Grixis thing in the ice deck, you obviously just have to keep up. You know, a spell snare.
Yeah. Represent your counter magic.
Yeah, you know, have your counter magic at the ready. I don't think. I guess Thing the Ice could be a relevant card.
Yeah, bounce the thing that he reanimates. Easy peasy.
Right. Yeah.
Nice to know ya. Smell you later.
Yes, postmodernism is a thing. It's apparently a philosophy thing, so our good friend Kyle Kepi can probably educate us on it.
Oh, good.
As he's well educated in that subject. If you're Justin, I have never closely examined a Goryo's Vengeance sideboard.
Well, this isn't a standard Goryo's Vengeance deck either.
Really?
Yes. This is the expertise deck as well.
Oh, sure. So he's going to cast the red expertise into Goryo's Vengeance?
No.
No? Oh, is there a different combo I'm not aware
red
of?
expertise into breaking and entering.
Oh?
Oh, yeah. Can we bring up breaking and entering, Jake, for our perhaps uneducated viewers and or commentators?
You got me. Don't know the rules text on breaking and entering. I know it's a split card that costs one half costs red black and the other half costs 1 black blue.
Okay.
Correct? Go ahead, so far?
I think your mana cost might be off, but close enough.
And I think the breaking part mills 5 or something?
It mills a number.
And then entering reanimates a creature?
Yep. You nailed it.
Okay, so if you're just on stone nothing, you get to cast the red expertise,
which is why he has Forbidden Orchard.
And then just attempt to break and enter.
Yeah.
On like an empty I guess you could do it on an empty graveyard. I guess you could also probably do it on a full graveyard.
Yeah. Whatever graveyard you want.
Knowing you're gonna hit.
So here's the thing. If
we still haven't seen breaking and entering, hand motion. Here's the thing, hand motion.
Yeah. You can't. Breaking and entering is immune to most types of graveyard hate that you see right now.
Okay.
So you can't surgical breaking and entering. Because once you let it resolve, the breaking and then the entering happens, and you have no opportunity to respond. So Rest in Peace will do it. Graft Digger's Cage will do it. Surgical Extraction
will not comply.
No, sir. Scavenging Ooze, right out. Fairy Macabre, sorry about your luck.
Tormod's Crypt.
No, sir.
Feldon's Cane?
No Feldenskanes.
Nile Spellbomb?
No thanks.
Scrabbling Claws?
Not gonna cut it.
Alright. So Justin's gonna go back. So
I'd imagine going back is something that this deck does a lot. There's a lot of different combos available to him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very possible to just draw a bunch of one part of each combo,
sure.
And it just doesn't do anything.
So yeah, you would think like having more different combos would create a more consistent situation, but apparently that's not the case.
So it's more consistent in that you'll have a combo. It's less consistent than you'll have the right combo.
Sure.
And this through the breach is your fail case.
Right. Yeah, just randomly through the breaching like an Emrakul or something crazy like that is a big deal.
Yeah, Justin may have sideboarded into a very controlling build. I saw some painful truths.
Oh yeah?
I don't know. Well, maybe it was painful truth. Maybe I was misreading it. It's just a card in hand.
I could imagine that like going off a second time with this deck is relatively important.
I'd imagine it's relatively easy too.
Yeah, well, right, but like, so imagine like you get like a Goryo's Vengeance Emrakul, and you hit them for 15, and they have no permanents left, and they're at 5, but
Nobody's
they're still
at 5.
Well, okay, they're at 3.
Like maybe 2.
Like,
I'll give you 2. I'll give you 2.
All right, they're at 2, but like
double gut shot him.
They're still alive.
Double gut shot, easy peasy.
Easy? What are you talking about?
You double gut shot.
He doesn't have gut shot in the deck.
All right, well then just hard cast the Simian Spirit Guide and beat him.
Intense.
Yeah, play to the apes. Keep it 4.
I don't think he can go any lower and be reasonable.
He's already gone lower than he really thought he could. Not interested in the turn 1 Thoughtseize.
I think he probably is going to want to Thoughtseize in the later turns of the game to set up his. That is a painful truce. Is that a Street Wraith as well?
That is a collective brutality.
See, oh yes, collective brutality here.
I think you really need that to pitch your reanimation target.
Okay. Alright.
Running some lands out there. Ugly Island. Got it. Got it.
So he can fire out this painful truce for 3 here.
I like the Thoughtseize here.
All right, let's see what Andy's working with. This is the other thing on these low mulligans. Andy's deck's not known for its speed.
Slaughter games.
Gosh, slaughter games.
Bye.
So we have Snapcaster Mage Remand.
Man, I would have been really tempted to remand that.
Oh sure, yeah, buys you the turn, and then you just get the slaughter games him for.
Well, no, he can still. He has the Forbidden Orchard, so he could still.
Oh, recast it.
Yeah, he can recast it, but you force him to recast it.
Yeah, you get your spirit token.
Kyle Kepi just came back here with his grandma.
And a big goofy smile on his Kyle Kepi face.
So Kyle Kepi, we were just talking about you. We were talking about
postmodernism.
Postmodernism.
I know a little bit about the postmodernism.
We figured that you would. Well, Taylor figured that you would.
How many posts are we gonna put on things before we're just like, okay, this is a new thing?
That's a topic we'll discuss in postmodernism. I don't think
we were talking about the third combat or the second combat step and the subsequent third main phase. You get after rallying the horde.
So we're gonna call it the post.
we're calling it
combat main phase.
Post combat main phase.
Cool. Start playing some EDH back here.
Yeah, basically Justin Gebing's playing EDH.
But he's cheating by not playing Singleton, which is fine.
Oh God, could you imagine that format if it wasn't Singleton?
Yeah, it's just
it would
5-color.
It would actually be gross.
5-color was a sick format.
5-color was insane until they printed.
What is 5-color?
5-color is 250 card decks. You have to play all 5 colors.
You have to, and it was like you have to have 18 or 19 cards of each color.
Battle of Wits is banned.
Battle of Wits was banned.
Battle of Wits was banned, but Demonic Consultation, was that it? No. Demonic Collusion? No, Contract from Below. Contract from Below was not banned.
Because you played the format for Ante.
You played it for Ante. Usually you just played it for Scribbles. It was pretty sick.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Retrospectively, my 5-color deck was worth like a gajillion dollars.
Oh, yeah. I
had Lion's Eye Diamonds and...
who plays Lion's Eye Diamond in 5-color?
I was playing the Bomberman deck.
Oh. I love me some Bomberman.
Oh, you.
It was sweet.
Can we play more for Scribbles?
I'm all in on playing for Scribbles. Anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, I would play,
I tried to get my brothers to play Commander for Scribbles, but they're like, these are just your cards. If you want to draw on them, draw on them. I'm like, yeah, good point.
Oh, the Douglas boys. You guys are rascals.
We're little rascals.
Alright, so...
A second thing in the ice has joined the fray. Justin needs some combo to win with his combo deck.
Concur.
Painful Truce for 3. We're going to restock the hand here.
Alright. He's looking at 2 lands and a... Is that another...
The servos are actually colorless spirit tokens from the Forbidden Orchard.
Duh.
Yeah, we have to play Forbidden Orchard, so we're guaranteed a target with our expertise.
Kev's expertise?
Kari Zev.
Kari Zev. I don't know why I thought her name was Kev.
Yeah. It's just like bro Kev.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Sup, Kev?
Listen, I am...
really an expert at being that pirate.
I'm devolving into brodom at such
Kev Dog's expertise.
Such a rapid pace. It's disheartening is what it is. I think I'm awesome until I look at myself in the mirror, and then I'm just like, oh, I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I'm such a bro.
Or until you come and talk to myself or Brandon.
Yes, who are...
We'll just take you down a notch, bringing you back down to earth, keeping you humble. One of the most important things for being a bro is being humble. Stay humble, bro.
Yeah. Alright, so the modes on this Collective Brutality are Drain 2 and... Alright, could have just mana leaked. Chose not to.
YOLO. So he may want to keep mana up to Snapcaster or Man something, or Snapcaster or Mana League something. That's a reasonable thing.
Yeah, so Justin literally has all the time in the world.
Is there a play in which you just Serum Visions, Mana Leak your own Serum Visions to flip a thing in the ice?
I don't know that that's a play.
Alright, so the question is, do we...
So the problem with flipping these things in the ice is you lose all your sweet spirits. They're not horrors.
Yeah,
like
so if you were to create a turn in which you could flip both things in the ice, you could win the game. Because they actually don't bounce each other, because they bounce all the non-hooers.
Yeah, and these are not colorless hooers that are coming through. These are just colorless spirits. But yeah, all the time in the world for Justin. Looks like we've got another Collective Brutality.
Sure, no. Andy's making sure that Justin has no action. Your mulligan to 4 still is bad, right? Okay, good. Just glad to be
of service.
Glad we're on the same team here.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to give Andy a target for remand here.
Concur. Andy is very content to just...
Tell Justin to give Andy another token to speed this game up.
Concur.
It's
I would
time.
give him an additional token every turn. Just...
How do you feel about Andy's Panda Punnett Square shirt?
I'm a big fan of the Punnett Square.
Yeah. How do you feel about pandas?
I'm a big fan of pandas.
Okay, so I mean, is this like combining two things that you love?
Related to basic genetics.
So no, I'm a huge fan of the Punnett Square because it is, so I like genetics as like I find it to be an interesting topic, and it's an interesting example of religious control of information during, the Dark Ages moving into the Renaissance, because it was developed by a
yeah, pandas are pretty cute too.
by a monk. The pandas are irrelevant.
The pandas are not irrelevant. They play a major part of this shirt. All right, so collective brutality again. Let's see what we get to do.
It's called the Dark Ages, bro.
We're gonna mana leak it. How about that?
Pay.
If you pay, then he gets to snap remand it. And that
If I were him, I would snap remand it anyway.
Well, I mean, you want him to. If he pays, he can't recast it. Is the thing.
Okay.
Well, you let him recast it.
All right.
Well, he didn't recast it. He just paid the 3, and you didn't. We didn't remand it. So
I don't know why we didn't care to flip our thing in the ice and win the game, but
we can still flip our thing in the ice and win the game.
in what world? What spell does he have?
All right, so let's see our visions. Let's
Let me tap this potential attacker.
Would you calm down with the potential attacker nonsense?
So serum vision on the snap. Bounces the snap. Recast the snap. Flips them both.
Justin, will you please begin shuffling so we don't have to sit here and watch the guy make this scry decision? I think,
All right, so on to game 3, or game 2 if you don't consider that an actual game of Magic.
Yeah, that was Justin got magicked out. Now, I mean, granted, your deck choice, etc., can make that better or worse or not as impactful as it was. However, it's very unlucky to look at 3 hands and not see a playable one.
Depends on what you consider playable and what degree of playability you're willing to accept. And
that's it. Let's split hairs.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm here for.
Question.
That's why they call me Handsome John Douglas.
All right, we have a question from the gallery. A gallery of 1.
Black, green, and standard.
The question is black, green, and standard.
And the answer is why?
Because we can board an island and 4 negates.
Why don't you just main deck an island and 4 negates?
And he wants to make it Sultai, which I'm not entirely opposed to.
I am.
Are you?
Yeah, so like the whole problem is you can't go under Mardu, and they can go under you. So, I mean, I guess you call their bluff and like bring in the negates if they try to go bigger. But But if they don't go bigger, you're just stone dead.
Yeah, you just go home.
And if you just like mess up your mana base for nothing, you just go home. And I don't know. There was a Sultai deck pretty early in the format that only ran. They ran one island in the board with 4 Traverse in the main and 2 Botanical Sanctums, I believe, in the main as well as their blue sources. 4 negates. Like, that was the plan, bring in 4 negates. It just wasn't, you know. No amount of fancy sideboarding can bring a third deck to the party. We're stuck on 2 right now.
Unfortunately.
Kind of stuck on 1. But that's standard.
Are we stuck on... do you think the standard's going to get to the point where you can just bring a deck that beats Mardu and go to town?
No.
The top 4 of the PPTQ was for Mardu decks.
I mean...
Mardu is 40% of the standard metagame currently.
Okay.
40%.
Yeah, I'd bring a deck that beats Mardu.
I mean, that's what 60% of the metagame is trying to do and failing.
Noted. Alright. So here we go. Justin's going to be on the play, which is a big deal with this Goryo's Vengeance deck because he can go off as early as turn 2. And if he were to lead on, like...
Is that a double Emrakul hand? No, that's a Fury of the Horde, sorry. So it looks like he's got land, Fury of the Horde, Emrakul. Oh, my.
Let's pack it up and go home.
Well...
Well, I thought we were going to get to see 3 games of Magic here, but...
I mean, this is a real game of Magic.
Oh, is that what's going on here?
This is a real game.
This is Magic the Gathering?
Justin can draw into some lands. Hard casting Emrakul isn't out of the question. He does have more than 15 lands in the deck, I'm sure.
Does he have an Urborg to make these fetches?
Is Emrakul uncounterable?
It has protection from instants.
But that's not while it's on the stack, right?
I'm 100% sure it's uncounterable. Yes, it cannot be countered.
Emrakul cannot be countered. When you cast it, you get an extra turn. Flying protects from colored spells.
Colored spells, yeah, it's the other one that protects from instants. I always get my Emrakuls mixed up.
Are we still using the word colored spells?
Yeah, it's 2017. Come on, Magic. Let's get with the times.
Alright. Oh, man.
So here's the thing.
I need to... right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did it. Here's the thing. Hand motion. Exaggerated hand gesture.
Sometimes you just have to exaggerate it. So this thing is shutting down Justin Gebing's Planet of the Apes win condition.
He does have the
Exile.
expertise.
Exile vet.
Is that a trigger?
Is what a trigger?
Leyline of the Void?
Yeah, it's a replacement effect. I don't believe it's a trigger.
Okay. If it were a trigger, it would not be able to stop breaking and entering.
Right, it's a replacement effect though, so it does.
Okay.
You could also Goryo's in response.
Alright.
Smell you later, Snapcaster Mage.
I'm wondering if Justin actually has a plan here.
I mean, he can just through the breach and Emrakul out. Easy peasy.
Okay, so that's the game. Through the breach and Emrakul.
Do we know what these sideboards look like? Do they have echoing truth?
Yeah, so we're speculating on potential echoing truths out of the sideboard.
I doubt Justin Gebing is running Echoing Truth.
I doubt, well, draws the Thought Scour off the top after... Oh, no, I lied. He discarded the Snapcaster Mage. I'm an idiot. I'm just...
Draws the second Thought Scour off the top. How about that?
Emrakul, bottom.
Yeah, Grizzlebrand, Emrakul, smell you later.
Nerds.
We need land and a Through the Breach.
Correct.
Now. We need them now.
And yet, literally, if you were to draw any land through the breach, you would probably win the game. I guess Andy has a lot of outs now. That Thing in the Ice is down to 1.
Well, you wait for him to flip it, and then you can just take the 7 and then fire it off.
Sure. All right. All right, here's a Ghost Quarter. That's interesting.
3 mana is going to get us.
Little secret is nothing could be further from the truth. The Chinese government is helping their
3 mana pulls us further into the truth.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close.
Alright, so we got Colgan's command on the stack. Is the Thing in the Ice trigger on top of it?
Probably.
Probably?
It should be. How about that?
It should
But
be.
it is a trigger, and he is allowed to miss it.
Alright, looks like we've missed it.
Alright, so he didn't actually miss it.
We just did things in the wrong order. Snapcaster back. Gets in there for 7. So Justin now needs his next card to be both.
It needs to be 2 cards. Ooh, so close to being 2 cards, but instead it's 0 cards.
Well, no, this is fine. So now any Through the Breach wins him the game.
Well, he's dead.
Is he dead?
He has 6 life, and there's a 7/8. So, yes.
No, it's fine.
I mean, you can cast an ape and go Planet of the Apes on him, but
Oh, I like that play.
then you're just very
Well, no, then you can't. Then you need the next card to be both.
correct.
You need the next card to be 2 cards.
So this is actually not fine.
No, it's
There's
not.
nothing fine about this.
No, so it's interesting. I find it interesting that this Goryo's Vengeance deck is, while probably insanely fun to play, poorly positioned, as it gets hit by all the graveyard hate that's running around right now.
Sure.
I feel like the graveyard is the zone to hate in Modern, because even when Dredge was the best deck,
Alright, so here's what he can do.
you hate it. We figured it out. Is that an instant?
Karzev is a sorcery.
It's a sorcery. Okay.
So he just gets it until end of turn. I don't know what he's trying to do. He could have Karzev expertise last turn and stolen the Thing in the Ice with 1 counter on it, and then Fear of the Hoarded.
Oh, there we
to
go.
flip it.
There we go.
And then
Wait a minute.
bounce the well, it won't kill him.
All right. Well, we're gonna take our little break in the action here.